Thanks to the viewers and the DIYers who share their experience, the method has once again been improved since our last video. Here is the latest on how to replace a cracked screen glass on phones with flat displays like the Pixel 6, Pixel 5, Pixel 4 series, including the XL, A models, and many more under $30 without using any special equipment. I'm also going to briefly showcase the latest development that would allow this glass-only repair to be done on all smartphones without the need for disassembly or the front camera removal. The link to the item shown here can be found in the description section as always. This was the most requested video in the comment section of the previous video, so here it is. Start by using a hairdryer or a heat gun to heat the display near the top. The heat helps the adhesive loosen up, kind of like how some of us feel more relaxed soaking up the sun. Use the sticker thermometer found in our kit to keep an eye on the temperature. As with other phones, you don't want to heat it beyond 100 degrees Celsius for more than a few seconds as it can lead to display discoloration. They got rid of this with the Pixel 7, which I'll also be making a video for, but up until Pixel 6, there's a plastic bezel frame holding the display, kind of like an iPhone. Locate where the plastic bezel frame meets the glass on either of the top corners of the smartphone and insert the tip of the ultra-thin, super flexible Oka blade. It is thinner than thick human hair and inserting should not be difficult. At this moment, you should not insert more than the width of the black border of the screen. Then, after ensuring the work surface and the back of the phone is clean, place the gel pad down. Using the Oka blade as a guide, take the wire tool and slide it between the Oka blade and the front glass. If you have trouble getting it in there, you can insert the razor blade there first and slide the wire in between. Ensure the wire is pulled tight when you start slicing, so the wire slices the correct adhesive layer just underneath the front glass. Remember to apply heat regularly, take your time, and slice the adhesive with the wire tool. The wire can break if you try to go too fast. It's not a big deal other than that it kills the momentum. When you get into the groove of it, this is as satisfying as removing protective film on new electronics. You may have noticed that I've done this already on this phone, but if you have a spot where the glass is broken in small pieces, say from a size of grain of salt to a grain of rice, it's a good idea to clear them off as the wire tool approaches, as those small pieces can potentially get caught under the wire tool and dig into the display. Here I'm removing some of the larger pieces, but this is just me getting distracted and getting carried away. This is not required at all. If it's cracked in small pieces in the corners like the Pixel 5 shown here, you can just create an entry point by gently rocking the Oka blade to pry them off. Just be careful not to nick the side of the display when doing this because they can potentially ruin the entire display. Adhesive used on Pixel 5 series are a lot softer and you may find it easy to simply use the Oka blade all the way. However, it's still much easier to use the Oka blade and the wire tool together. If your wire tool feels like it's getting stuck, it's usually due to it getting caught on an edge of a broken glass. Do not force your way through as that can cause the sharp end of the glass to dig into the display. Instead, use the Oka blade to gently work the wire past the edge as shown here. So just to recap, keep these 4 important things to have a successful glass removal. 1. Pull the wire tight when you make the initial slice. 2. Apply heat regularly. 3. Remove small pieces as you go. 4. Use the Oka blade to work the wire past where it's getting stuck. Do not try to force it through. Slice the adhesive all the way to the bottom before attempting to remove the glass. Don't forget to immerse yourself in the dopamine rush as you test the display. The hardest part is over. If you're like me though, you won't find the next step of cleaning to be too much fun, but as with many things in life, alcohol helps make this task a little bit less tedious. I like to fold a piece of paper towel, soak it in 99% isopropyl alcohol, and leave it on the screen for a few minutes to soften the adhesive. You can roll the old glue with your thumb as long as it's dry, but I'm going to use an electric glue remover to save some time. Just be super careful not to nick the sensitive flex cable at the bottom either way. Get as much of it as possible, and it's time for the final wipes. You want the display to be clear of all adhesives. For Pixel 5 and older Pixel phones, you can just remove the display panel prior to gluing so the glue doesn't get into the front camera. On Pixel 6, there's no physical hole where the front camera is, so there's no such concern. But here's something that we've been working on. This optically clear camera hole cover film is the new accessory I mentioned earlier. Ultimately, this benefits Samsung phones as well as OnePlus and LG devices where the display isn't easily removed from the phone like how it is with Pixel phone. It is a prototype at the moment. It is not visible with the display on or looking straight on, but you can see it up close at an angle like shown here. I'm optimistic we'll get to perfect it and I'll keep you guys posted, but let me know know in the comment section if this is something you would like to try, as I'll be happy to include it free of charge in any of our kits. What you would do is, after placing the glass tape, place the optically clear camera hole cover film over the camera area and press it to seal. Dispense a droplet of the glue on top of the film and proceed the same as you would with phones where the camera area is not a physical hole. Lower the glass slowly as always, and I mean slowly, to avoid bubbles. Using a screwdriver works the best because your fingers would eventually get in the way, and letting go at that point can result in bubbles. Not a huge deal as it can be pushed, but who wants to do extra work? Find the best way for the gluing is letting the glue spread on its own. You can apply heat to speed up the process, and you can hold the phone up to help the glue flow to one side over the other. When it's spread about 80 to 90% of the way, use your fingers. You can make the process easier by tacking one corner at a time by shining a UV light to it for 30 seconds. Cure the rest of the display for 3 minutes, clean up, and you're done. Flat screens are definitely easier than curved screens, and we keep coming up with better tips and tricks, but it doesn't mean that this repair is easy by any means. Please keep in mind, things tend to look easier in videos. I typically reply to pretty much every comment. At the very least, I do read every one of them, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and I hope you all have a great rest of the day.